Hi guys, just doing a review on Scream, the 1996 film, a classic and probably in my top 10 horror movies. Yeah, I remember like when it's Halloween, I would have like the purple ghostface mask. Yeah, good times. I mean, most people would have like the white mask, but I would just have the purple one. Yeah, this is a very classic movie. Yeah, and means a lot to me. So I guess I'll start with the story. So I guess spoilers. So it starts with Casey, a girl who I guess is on the phone. She ends up talking with this guy with a creepy voice, asking what's your favorite scary movie and stuff. Things kind of escalate a bit, especially when I guess this guy on the phone has like her boyfriend. Like he's done something to the boyfriend, and she has to answer these questions. Or something's gonna happen to the boyfriend, basically. Like having to name the killer on the first Friday the 13th movie. She thinks it's Jason, but she guesses wrong. Saying that she's seen the movie so many times, but she didn't realize that Jason's mother was the killer in the first movie. Yeah. And then that's when the boyfriend gets killed, and then she's just on her one at that point. Yeah. Yeah, such a classic opening, man. And then she ends up getting killed, though. Yeah. And there's a lot of hints in that first scene of how the killer works and how he does things, because you start to slowly piece things together as you watch the movie, because the Scream movies are really long. I mean, yeah, they're all good movies, but a lot of them are really long, like 2 hours to like 1 hour and 52 to 55 minutes, which is long for a horror movie. And you can say it's slasher as well. Slasher movies are not supposed to be that long, but Scream kind of brought something different to the table, and it kind of revitalized the horror genre because it was kind of getting a bit stale in the late 90s. So yeah, thanks to Scream, we've kind of got things like the Purge and stuff. Because I feel like a lot of things have been inspired by Scream as well. Yeah. Because yeah, before then we had like Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, and they kind of get referenced by a character called Randy in this movie. Like he's basically like the expert of all things horror. Yeah, he kind of knows how horror movies work. What like the rules of horror, like you can't be a you have to be a virgin and stuff like that. Yeah, he's a cool character too. Then we've got like Dewey and Gale. So Dewey's like the Wookiee cop, I guess. He's just like the goofy one of the franchise. Gale's just like the new supporter. And yeah, let's just say Sydney's like the main character, which I'm surprised I didn't really mention her first, because that's the one who we actually focus on. Because the one that gets killed in the beginning, like it seems like she was going to be the main character, but I guess not. Yeah. And yeah, so Sydney, she's the one who is the main character. Basically, her mother was killed, and a guy named Cotton has been framed for it. And I guess Gale's kind of like fighting for that case as well. So that's why Gale tries to get information out of Sydney, but then Sydney just sucker punches her. She's not like other final girls, which yeah, she is the final girl, because her friends do get killed throughout the movie. And there's also these other characters, Billy, which is her boyfriend, and then there's Stewie. Like, I guess Stewie's girlfriend is Sydney's friend, and the way how she dies, man. A lot of people say it's unrealistic the way how she dies, and it's kind of dumb as well when she tries to go for that whole like yeah, and then she gets killed by the garage door. Yeah, because most of the deaths in this movie are like by a knife, so they tried to do something different, but it just came off as silly. Yeah, but yeah, Billy and Stewie, like they had like creepy vibes, so obviously they're the killers, which even though like it has like probably one of the best horror movie final acts, when they're revealed as the killers. It's yeah, it's just there's some things about it where it was obvious compared to the sequels. They just made it obvious in the first movie because they all had creepy vibes. Yeah, even in the scene where when Sidney first gets attacked, you can tell that it was him, but they did it in a way where how would it be him though? But then it revealed as actually being two people kind of explains it a lot, and you start to piece it together when how does Ghostface get to one place and then ends up in another place so fast. But then you realize that it's actually two killers, Stewie and Billy. Yeah, because that's how it makes more sense, and you probably piece it together when you're watching it. Even people who are watching it for the first time probably guessed it, like, because it's either Billy and Stewie, or possibly both of them. Especially when it doesn't really make sense how they're in, like, how the person's in one place and then ends up in another place so fast. Yeah. But yeah, basically, while Sydney's trying to fight against these people, but she gets captured by Billy and Stewie. Because there was one time where it looks like he was a suspect, but then they let him go because the murderer was still out there. He killed the principal. Yeah. And that's how he got let go, I think. Yeah. And then by the end, that's when everything's revealed. Because everything ends in, like, Stewie's house, right? Yeah. And then Stewie is acting like a victim, but he's actually a part of it too. Like, Stewie's like the crazy one. Like, he's probably like one of the best things about this movie. And then Billy, like, it's just a great performance from everyone, really. And then Gale and Dewey are the ones who try to help Sydney, but it seems like they get killed. Yeah, by Billy and Stewie. And Sydney's just fighting back like a true final girl. And it's probably why a lot of people say, like, it's their favourite final girl, Sydney. Yeah. Because she really does put up a good fight. Yeah. Kinda doesn't really follow the cliches. Because she's not really like a final girl that's, a goody two shoes. I don't know if I'm saying it right. She's not like the goody type of main character like Laurie Strode from the Halloween franchise. She has more of a attitude towards how she does things, and she's not really gonna follow those cliches as well. She'll actually do things that you wouldn't really suspect. Yeah, and it was probably like refreshing at that time as well. Yeah. But yeah, definitely a classic movie. So yeah, Billy and Stewie do get taken out, and it's funny how they kind of try to frame things on Sydney by stabbing each other and make it look like she did it. But then Stewie getting stabbed too many times by Billy, he wasn't really able to help when Sydney actually fought back, and then Billy gets defeated. Yeah, and then Stewie, was it like he gets smashed by the TV, right? Yeah, and Billy, like, even though he gets shot by Sydney, right? Or is it like the reporter who gets back up? He still gets back up again, but then Sydney finishes him off because he come back twice, because Randy kind of tells him that, because he kind of helps through the movie because he knows the rules of horror movies, so he was kind of helpful. Yeah, come back for one last scare, and then Billy gets up, and then Sydney shoots him in the head. Yeah, but yeah, a classic horror movie. Probably will never be beaten. I mean, Scream 4's been like the best sequel since for me, but the first one's always gonna be the best. Yeah, and Scream 5, I hope that's really good. And I guess I'll be reviewing Scream 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed my review. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.